Good morning, everyone. My name is Jen, and welcome to my channel. As many of you know, I am a CARC. I'm a woman in long-term recovery. I'm a rape crisis counselor. I'm a Narcan trainer, and I'm involved in a whole bunch of goodies. If you look at my description box down below, you'll see the link to my Amazon wish list, which I use to help people in my local recovery community or just in my community in general that need a little help, because things are hard right now. I mean, things are hard right now. We are having an uptick in COVID like crazy. We are actually getting hit right now harder than we did when it first happened. So Friday, I went and sat on a panel for Smacked. Smacked is a documentary that I am involved with. My good friend, who became my good friend because of it, Jessica Vecchione, directed and made the film, and it is about addiction in rural America. And we have sat on several panels together and we just discussed the film. So I am in the film in 2017 when I had just gotten incarcerated, and I am actually detoxing when I'm being filmed. So it is definitely, I don't watch it. I scanned through my parts because it's still very difficult for me to see. I was dying. My methamphetamine addiction was killing me. So I have gone through and just pretty much just kept my parts and Jess's parts because it was a very long panel, as they always are. I will link Jess's channel down below. Please, 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 please go and check out her channel. She is like a heartbeat away from monetization. And it would be really great if she could see some fruits for her labor. And if we could possibly maybe do a second part, that would be amazing. I would like a chance to redeem myself. I apologize for the late upload. It's actually Monday morning and I'm just doing this. I had Bella this weekend, so I worked Saturday and I don't know what happened. I got home last night and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't do anything. So I apologize for the lateness. I'm not going to do an outro just because I want to get this up for you guys. So here's my hi and bye. I have a special announcement coming on Wednesday, so please make sure you tune in and enjoy this. And hopefully I will be able to do more things like this as soon as COVID goes away. In the past, these panels are packed 70, 80, 90 people. This was like 20 because of COVID. So I got to answer some questions about employment-friendly program. The volume is kind of shoddy. I apologize. Jared taped for me and there was no way I could wear a microphone and still have him record because I'm still on the stage where my mic has to be attached to me and my phone. So bear with me. We're getting there. We're coming up in the technological world. So just bear with me. And I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. And remember, I'm only a message away and I will do whatever I can to help any of you. So please, if you need me, reach out. Guys, you guys killed it this weekend. I got like 6 boxes of pudding, things of mac and cheese. I got a whole bunch of coffee creamer and a box of coffee. So yeah. Thank you. You guys are amazing and I appreciate all your love and support. So enjoy this and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.
First of all, thank you everyone for coming out, especially under these trying circumstances. We haven't actually done a screening in quite some time. When the movie came out in 2018, we were everywhere and doing screenings and panels. And Rosemary and Mark were amazing, coming to almost every single one. And today we have Jen Cutting, who, if you take a good look at her, you will not recognize her because she was in the film. She was the person incarcerated talking about methamphetamines. And today she is a peer specialist and just living a normal life. And I want to give her a hand. And Jen has been at a few screenings with us as well, panels. So it's just so great to be out talking about this. And the film is on YouTube. And it's just about to clock its 40,000th view. It gets like 200 a day. It's really incredible and great comments, from people. So very happy about that, but really thrilled to be doing them live. screening again. So just briefly, you saw that there's someone in there with my last name. It's my nephew, Kevin. And he struggled with a lot of different things in his life. And when he started struggling with drugs years ago, my reaction was one that I'm sure either you've had it yourself or is familiar to. I was angry at him. How could you do this to me? You know, and everybody else you know. And so, you know, as I started to understand what his having overdosed meant, I realized I thought I was like a smart-witted person, and I know nothing about this epidemic. So, being a filmmaker already, I thought, well, this is a good opportunity for me to use a skill that I have and try and help educate other people. And that's really where the film came from, was my experience with my nephew, and realizing how stigmatizing I was and just how clueless I was, and, you know, wanting to help rectify that. So, really the best thing that can happen for me with this film is that somebody learns something new. And, you know, I look at it now and it's getting a little dated because so many things have been happening. And I would love to be able to make a round two, you know, and unfortunately I think that would have to include something about this current epidemic, which is, you know, being exacerbated by the COVID epidemic. And I think Julie Doskell, who's in the film, said, I talked to her today, she said, this is going to set us back years. So, you know, and I know a lot of you in the audience are doing amazing work, and I know that it's probably pretty horrible to think about that, but anyway, so Rosemary, and I don't know the other two people here.
Well, that was funny you should say that, because we're going to get to know them real quick. So actually, Jen, can we start with you? Just a brief introduction, a little bit about your story, and then we'll just kind of head down the panel. And just if everyone could just say a little bit of who you are and kind of how you relate to this project.
My name is Jen Cutting. In the film, I'm Jen Fulviano. I am sober just over 3 years from methamphetamines, and in November, I celebrated 11 years clean from heroin. I am now a CARC, a CRPA, I'm a crisis counselor, and I'm also a Narcan trainer. I was in active addiction for the majority of my life. I had bouts of sobriety on and off, but most of the time it was on. I am in this film, crazy enough. That's how I met Jess, and it's crazy how sometimes you do things that you don't realize how they're going to affect your future. And I don't watch it because I lived it. I don't need to watch it. But I have met some of the most amazing people that I consider family now because of this. And it has helped me in ways that I never thought, you know, back years ago when I was in this film, and I had just become incarcerated, and I was probably still high when I got filmed, to be quite honest. I was probably incarcerated maybe a week, and I knew what meth was going to become, and unfortunately I was correct. I now work with people on their pathways to recovery, and I'm just super grateful for my life. My husband's actually here with me tonight, and he was acting addiction with me, and we both have sobriety and lives now, like we're alive because of it. So, yeah, thanks for having me tonight.
Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Now everyone is going to give a brief overview of who they are and how they're affiliated with the film, or how they are affiliated with the agency that is hosting the panel that we are speaking on tonight, and just introduce themselves.
your piece on the hiring people in recovery.
Awesome. Good, thank you.
But that, I mean, there's even, and I think it was partially a result of what they were doing in Oneonta. Cuomo put something in the budget 2 years ago for rebate, for business owners to get, I think you had an experience with a lot of paperwork, but yeah.
There is a tiny, really financial motivation, and when we look to the paperwork, we don't forget, we're just too busy, and so.
Well, it's possible that that's changed, hopefully they're making that better, but I mean, I think any avenue to help people to get over the stigma, to welcome people back into the community, because if you're not welcoming people back into the community, then you're keeping them out of the community, and you're keeping them in a place where your sheriff is gonna have to deal with them. And, that's not what he wants to do, I'm sure, so it's a question of the community welcoming them back.
And locally, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, having a place to go with sober individuals that are supportive. I think that's a large part of it, and I just think that's very well done.
Jen, yeah, sorry, hand up.
So I have two things to say to that. So I think the first part would be in the beginning when people are getting arrested or, coming into some sort of criminal issues. I think a very important part to change that narrative of how the story goes is to absolutely have a peer on staff. So this way, as soon as they are incarcerated or they come in front of the judge, one of the things is that they have a peer, someone with the same lived experience as them, to coach them through what is happening and to help them make better choices and to set goals and to help them achieve that. And I always say that it takes one to know one. So I've been there personally, so I know exactly how it feels and how things go. So it kind of changes the narrative as far as the reentry after that and all things like that. So I think it's very important to have a person like that on staff. And the second part is, so with the recovery-friendly employment, that's actually what it was called. It's called recovery-friendly employment. You do get a small, just have a very small financial reward, but you can also get a tax break. You can people that come to work for you get bonded, so you have insurance in case something goes wrong. But, you also then, in the case of 4U, so when I worked for 4U, I was one of the peers there, and I would be the go-between between the place of employment and the peer that I was working with. And instead of the employer having to interview all these people or go through all these different 40 names of people that were active for that position, the employer would call me, they would give me the requirements, or whoever they were dealing with that 4U at the time, and they would put a set skill that they needed, what the requirements were, what the hours were, what the pay was, blah, 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 blah. And then when people would come in and set up goals and go through their steps with their coach, they would say, well, I need employment. And we would say, okay, what can you do? What would you like to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then we have all the requirements for all these jobs in the area. And then this way it saves the employer the headache of having to go for staff works or whatever. And they are able to hire people that need jobs from their community. So I don't know if that's something that you guys are interested in, but if you need any
Yes.
guidance,
For sure, thank you.
Friendly programs are so important for reentry. It takes away the embarrassment for people coming out of rehabs, out of incarceration, and sets up jobs for them that are obtainable for them to get without having to completely break down what they have been doing for the last months, years, whatnot, and it gives them a chance to reacclimate back into society with a job and without having to face the fact of embarrassment and not being able to get a job because they don't have any resume at the moment or they don't have any way to say what they've been doing for the last few years. So in order to, bridge the gap between people coming home from incarceration and rehab and not having employment, we need to encourage employment friendly programs in our local communities, because as you just heard on the panel, the community is really the key to making it so people can acclimate back into society better. We have to take care of each other as a community, no matter where we come from or what is happening, because at the end of the day, we need to stop the stigma. It could be any one of us at any point in time. We never know when it can happen to us or a loved one.